Whenever you're getting ready to put together a marketing campaign, whenever you're getting ready to create content, whenever you're getting ready to do anything with the goal to get your ideal client to do something, whether that's buy something, click on something, opt into something, there's one question that you need to be able to answer as clearly as possible. And that answer should be literally more than one thing. That question is, welcome back to the $1 Million Messaging Podcast. I'm your host, Cierra Seay. This is the podcast where I'm going to teach you how to get more opens, more clicks, and more sales with your marketing, regardless of the industry you're in. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the one question that every single time I've ever asked a current or prospective client this question, they literally just gave me a blank face stare, or they said one thing when really it should be a running list of things. Whenever you're getting ready to put together a marketing campaign, whenever you're getting ready to create content, whenever you're getting ready to do anything with the goal to get your ideal client to do something, whether that's buy something, click on something, opt into something, there's one question that you need to be able to answer as clearly as possible. And that answer should be literally more than one thing. That question is, what is it do they want? What does your ideal client want? I was literally talking to someone yesterday, and I asked her, what does her client want? And she's in the finance space. And the first thing she said was to get out of debt. And I'm like, and what? And she's like, and to make more money. And then what? What does your ideal client want list should be at least 10 things, because the reason why you want it to be more than 10 things is because people want more than one thing, right? So for my clients that I work with, there are a couple things they want. They want to monetize their email list. They want to grow their email list. They want to get more qualified leads. That's usually the term that they use. They want people to engage in their content more. They want people to buy things right out of their email. Like the list goes on and on and on. But if you can't answer that question, then that means that the foundation to your messaging is very, very shaky. And here's why: because you don't know what you should be saying to them. If you don't know what they want, then you can't speak their language. And if you can't speak their language, then you can't build their trust. And if you can't build their trust, you more than likely can't solve their problem. Or if you can solve their problem, they don't think you can solve their problem because you're not speaking their language, because you're not talking about the things that they want. So when you get some time, you need to ask yourself, what is it at the end of the day that my ideal client wants? It should be at least 10 things. And if you don't know and you have clients, ask them. If you don't have any clients, but you want to know the answers, ask people who you think are your ideal client, because you may get to a point where you realize this actually isn't my ideal client, or the things that they want aren't the things that I actually provide. Now that takes you back to the drawing board and figuring out who that ideal client is, but you have to start with being able to answer the question, what is it that my ideal client wants? I'm going to give you guys one of my favorite tools. One of my favorite tools for you to answer this question is called answerthepublic.com. You literally can type in what you do, and it's going to pull up everything that actual humans search for related to that topic. So if you are a videographer, I'm going to give you guys an example really quick. One of the top questions people Google about videography is how to put the right settings on the camera. What are the best cameras to use? What's the cheapest best camera? That's the third one. But these are things that people who want to be in the videography space, like, these are the things they want to know. If you teach videographers how to grow their business, these are some pieces of content, some questions you can answer your content to help them understand, like, hey, this guy can answer my questions and I haven't even spoken to him yet. That's how you build trust. That's how you get people to like what you're doing, because you're answering their questions before they're giving it to you. And that is one of the best ways to lay the foundation to direct messaging to your ideal client. So once again, answer the question, what does my ideal client want? Keep asking yourself that question. And it's something you should be going over at least quarterly, especially now, because humans change, right? What we wanted last week may not be what we want this week. What we wanted last year may not be what we want this year. It's something that you should always be looking at, always be doing market research on, and always answering. If you have any questions on what that should look like, put your questions below, and do me a favor, like always, like the page, subscribe to the show, drop comments, reviews, and send this to a friend who you think can use this information. I'll see you on the next episode.